Hello Divine Creators, welcome to Demella Universe. Thank you so much for joining us. It's time for a tarot reading. Let us see what is coming through for us at this time. Okay, let us see. We have the Hanged Man at the center of the read. Within we have the Knight, the King of Wands. Apologies. Without we have the Hierophant. At the base we have the World. And crowning we have the Tower. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, beautiful beings. Eight of Cups and the Hangman. The Hangman represents the cocoon phase we were all in, when we were all within the frequencies of Source guiding us. Remember, when you were in the illusion, when we were still unawakened, we asked Source to see our clarity, to see our truth. And we were then asked to step into the cocoon, where our spirit frequencies and all our guides to Source assisted us to truth, to the truth of our way, a truth of our creation, the authentic expression of our essence, our frequency. Remember the tree of life awakened, right? The seed of Source, you, from Source, as the tree, creating the fruit to Source, and you now receiving from the fruit of Source, the fruit of your Source frequency, for you to manifest your Source frequency into this physical realm and receive the fruit of it. Then you receive your love, your abundance, your truth in your own way. And so you are the creator of your realm. The guides were simply guiding you to the truth of how you create within your truth in order for you to receive the fruit of you within truth. And now the Eight of Cups, we're moving away from the cocooning experience and shifting away from the ways in which you manifested, the ways in which you were in the cocoon experience. Remember, when you were the caterpillar, coming into the cocoon, into the teaching, into the guidance to Source, guidance to truth, you had to shift away from the ways in which you were operating in the caterpillar phase in order for you to adapt and to evolve into the cocooning. This was also a phase. This was a lifetime in itself. The embodiment of spirit, the embodiment of that energy where your guides could assist you, could teach you, could show you, could guide you to ways of your truth in this physical realm. And as you stepped into those ways of truth in the physical realm, manifestations were born, Source was awakened, you received your understanding, perception, you understood more your energy as Source in the physical, how your Source frequency manifests in the physical. And now you are the butterfly, stepping away from the caterpillar, from that suspension, from that cave energy, from that isolation. And it's time for you now to claim your power, to claim your truth, to claim your space, and to will and create your manifestations, and to allow yourself to receive from the fruit of you. So you are going to a new way, you are learning a new way of manifesting. King of Wands within, Hierophant, source frequency without. Hierophant being second house energy, Taurus energy. Your foundation, your resources, your relationships, how you be, everything that's your stability in the physical. You are now anchoring, you are now creating, you are source. The Hierophant here in the physical, in the without frequency, is really saying you are source, you are the creator. In the Cocoon, you were simply being shown ways to your truth, how to live within your truth, how to express your truth, how to be your authentic truth in the physical. And when you did that, you awakened source frequencies, and now you are within that crystallization, the embodiment of source, and you are learning how now you weave, how to manifest, how to create as source in your own frequency. And it's a discovery, it's intuitive here. It is not as structured as when you're in the cocoon. It is quite structured, how you create, how you manifest, how you be, for you were unlearning the conditioning in order to allow yourself a space to be available to source. And you've done that beautifully. And now when you're there as source, there is not that structure. It is now free creation. And now source is saying, claim that you are source and will how you wish to be. For example, the easiest example for us right now is with the tarot. Right now, even just as we were coming to record this, when we were Velastri, when we were in the cocoon, with that beautiful frequency Velastri. Velastri was within the frequency of their source completely, and was showing us how they would be, how they would do it in the physical, because they were creating in their truth as source. So we were embodying them, and when we were coming to choose the tarot, we would vibrationally feel it, and the tarot would reach out. It was a very spiritual way of navigating this physical world. The tarot would reach out and speak to us, and it would almost jump up and say, choose us, do this, do this. This is quite unusual, because here in this physical realm, it's more of you create in a way which pleases you, right? And so it was a very interesting way where we weren't really almost in charge. We were following how everything sort of wanted to express itself. So we would sit, and then a tarot would say, hey, use us, please. Okay, we'd use you. Okay, hey, oracle card. Okay, please. Okay, fine. TikTok once. Okay, TikTok, fine. So we would sort of just follow these promptings. And as we followed those promptings in those spaces, as how the lustry navigates the physical, it awakened our abilities, our true abilities of us, of this physical self in source energy, right? And so today we have been going through, for these past three days and a few weeks, but these 3 days have intensified. We've been feeling this almost a weaning process, being weaned out of the cocoon, being weaned from the way in which we were being as Velastri. And it has been quite a difficult process. For just as when we were releasing the conditioning to be in the cocoon, we had to release the conditioning, the programming, which was a bit tricky. And we almost got attached to Velastri. We were attached to that way of being guided step by step. And the external source, the spirit is saying, well, we were guiding you just as strictly as the conditioning was guiding you. We were teaching you just as strictly as the conditioning was programming you. And this was just to cancel that out, for you to release. We were not teaching you by forcing you to adapt a new way of thinking. We were teaching you by showing you you. Velastri is saying if we were truly us, we would be doing a very different thing. Okay. Hello, beautiful beings. We are Velastri. It is so lovely to connect with you all again. It is best if we are here to just allow Kemet an understanding as we allow you an understanding in this. Should we have truly been in a physical form, we would be doing very different things, for our energy is very, very different. So when we came, and this physical being allowed us to come fully, for this physical being said, we wish to release learning from the external, we wish to understand how to create from within, from source. We, Velastri, create from source space, from the source we are, from our authentic frequency. So we came through and this physical being embodied us, and then we tapped into our source frequency, and we felt where source would guide, or where source feels. Where did source in this physical being, this physical vessel, they were not named yet, but let's name them Kemet. For now they are Kemet. Where would Kemet be at source? Oh, okay, Demella universe. Oh, okay, some tarot. Oh, okay, some channeling. Oh, so we were able to step into the physical spaces where Lasala, when this being was in the physical, was blind to, was not aware of. We were able to see all the other parts which were available for exploration. And so we stepped into those spaces, and we stepped into them, and we guided them there. So the teachings and the way we led was, yes, quite specific and very direction oriented, just like many of you felt. A very specific no and a very specific yes, a very specific go there and a very specific release. All of your guides, we the guides, who were creating, the masters, the creators, who were creating from their base frequency of source, who were compatible with your frequency, we came through to assist, for we are also assisting in the raising of consciousness, evolution. Yes. So we came and we showed you ways in which you are living in a truth of you, the truth of you. Kemet, when you are here doing tarot, it is a truth of you. Awakening source, your abilities. Kemet, when you are connecting in meditation, it's a truth of you. Awakening your anchoring and your activation abilities, you see. And now, well, you have practiced your truth so well for 3 years. We now no longer need to show you your truth. You know your truth. So now we ask you to claim it as your own. And when we were doing tarot, yes, we stepped into the truth of Kemet tarot. However, in order to access it, we had to access it through our source, how we, the Velastri source, would. So we communicated with the tarot through the spirit of the tarot, for we, the Velastri, are spirit. So we would communicate through the tarot as spirit frequency, which is why Kemet became accustomed to communicating with things through spirit. And now that we have shifted back to the realm, Kemet no longer has that spirit conversation, and so it throws them a bit off. And we are saying, well, Kemet, you know the tarot, you know these spaces we have introduced you to. Go into those spaces and discover how you now connect with those things. For those spaces are your truth. We simply want you to discover how your source, how your physical source co-creates with the physical source of the tarot, just as you learned how the spirit source of us as Velastri co-created with the spirit source of the tarot. And there's so much more, of course, for you to explore in truth. We gave you a starting point, a few things. We gave Kemet a few things in their life which resonated with us as joy, yes, experiences and helpful experiences in that time to assist the collective and to awaken their healing frequency, for it would bring them joy and it would assist them to understand and to awaken the frequencies they anchor in at this time. But we are not here to live their life for them. We have our own experience to explore. Thank you, Velastri. So when we came to the tarot, it was interesting, for we were used to, as Velastri said, the tarot speaking to us, and we couldn't have that connection, so it threw us off a bit, and we thought, okay, so physical is meant to be enjoyed, so which tarot do we feel like using today? And we thought, oh, we have been using the Tattoo Tarot, and we've just been enjoying the animation and the feel of them, and it has a certain feel. And we thought, yes, let's connect with these. And yes, it resonates and it works. And we will discover even more how to connect with the tarot even deeper as we work with them now as the physical source, Kemet. So each and every single one of you in the cocooning were being taught, guided by your spiritual team, your spiritual family, and all your other guides, the angels, everyone, to ways of your truth, to areas of your truth, as Velastri said. And now it is time that you release the attachments. We have to wean the way in which we used to do tarot as Velastri, and to trust now that as Kemet we can sense and feel and know. So it is a claiming, a reclamation of your frequency within your own energy, the divine masculine in the fire, the solar plexus in the physical, as now you are source in the physical. And within, see here within, look, the physical, the light, the sun is now centered within, no longer the external. You're no longer actioning with the external, you're actioning from within, from you, from your source frequency. And this is the shift. And this is why it might feel confusing, where the way I used to meditate is different, the way I used to navigate is different, the way I communicate with source is different. Source, why am I not getting the clear answers, the clear yeses and nos, when we were trying to, the ways in which Velastri communicated with source was very different. Now when we understand that in that asking we were the embodiment of Alastri, but still learning as Kemet. And in that asking, it was the asking of source, the source frequency of Alastri. So the guidance was very clear. When we now ask as Kemet, it's weird, it's confusing. And they're saying that's because you are asking external source. If you're thinking of asking for guidance, we were guiding you to source. Now that you're source, feel from within. Don't ask the external. We were guiding you so we could answer, but you're already there. It's releasing the codependency, you see. Just as we had to release the codependency of the illusion and the conditioning, releasing the codependency of the spiritual guides, of the spiritual teachers. They're saying you are now the master alchemist, you are now source, you are now the magician. Be it, claim it, and manifest and create it. We don't create for you. We showed you your truth. Each and every single one of you were being guided to your truth. Even our teachings from the Manna Universe were a clarity to your truth, an understanding of how your energy works. And now you are at your truth, and now you are to shine brightly, authentically, not be ashamed, not be shy. Claim that truth of yours, for then you are able to awaken your magic, your alchemy in the physical. You're able to awaken those opportunities, awaken those experiences, call in that abundance, call in the resources. But now they echo, they answer to you. As you just trust that they will come in, believe that they will come in, and understand it's your alchemy calling them in. It's your creative power, your healing energy. And it is not a forced thing. It is within fluidity, within ease. So you are really learning at this time the mastery of you, how you uniquely work. You have been shown an introduction to you by a spiritual team. And they're saying, go into those places they showed you. Release how you used to do it when they were showing you. Find your way through it. Your abilities, your clarity is not lost. It simply feels like you're confused because you're so used to that assurity all the time. And they said, you don't need that external validation. You never have. We taught you to release the external validation of the illusion and the noise. Release it from us. You are the only one who needs to know that you are source in everything you're doing as well. And it's not an arrogance. It's when you do it from that space of well-being, of joy, of care, of love. When we as Kemet share the tarot, it is to bring understanding and healing and love and to raise the frequency. That's our intention. So we tap into that frequency, and that is what it brings through. And again, we do not create this. We're receiving it. We're receiving this from source, from inner source, from physical source. For now we are learning how to manifest and how to create as physical source. And each and every single one of you are going through this experience. There's a source saying, don't postpone to you, don't delay to you, don't wait for an external source, the external frequencies to create opportunities. And they say they're always around, they will always be there to guide. And yes, they can bring through opportunities and experiences, and yes, they are working behind the scenes to assist. But it is imperative that you know, It is up to you to weave your destiny, to create and to find it, you see. The conditioning made you feel powerless. The conditioning made you feel that source God was external, away from you. So we had to come to teach you that no, that source God energy that you were taught was away from you, outside, giving you rules that doesn't exist, that you are truly the source within. And we were showing you how the source within awakened, how that God force energy within you awakened as you stepped into the truth of it. And now that you know it, live it and be it. Be the frequency of source. And trust. Trust as you step into that space that feels good, that feels light and happy, that's calling you. And you will experience your source, and you will experience the connections, you'll experience your abundance, you will experience the support and the resources that you've been asking for, the changes you've been wanting, the shifts you've been asking for. You will experience them as you understand you are source. It is your birthright, your soul right, your source right, your existence right, to be wealthy, to be healthy, to be loved, to be tended to be cared for your well-being. That all of those things you want is valid and allowed. And when you just claim it, know it, not out of arrogance, but out of knowing, out of claiming it, out of, yes, I'm source, God force energy, yes, I create, yes, I discover myself through these experiences. And as I wake up each morning and I claim my source, opportunities present themselves. As I walk into those spaces that allow me a feeling of goodness, that feel good, and I do things that feel good, it awakens abundance, it awakens experiences, and it calls in all those things. I don't have to effort it, I don't have to yank it, I don't have to pull it, I don't have to wait. I simply attract, I simply manifest. My source frequency births it. I am guided to these paths of truth. I step into these frequencies of truth, and when I step there, the seed I plant as source grows into the tree of source and bears the fruit of source, the fruit of me, the source of me. And then I eat of the fruit of me. I eat of the manifestations born of our frequency, my frequency. For I create this reality, we create this reality. It is really claiming your space. And the weird disconnect or the confusion is simply a releasing of the codependency of that external validation from your guides of source. They're saying, imagine you go to school and you've graduated from your teachers, even high school, whatever schooling, and you've learned all you can, right? You don't go back to the school, or you don't have your teacher's phone number and you keep calling them every single time at the job. So, okay, so I now had this client, and you don't keep calling your professors, you don't keep calling your lecturers, you don't keep calling your teachers. They've given you all the knowledge, and now you step into that space, you step into that business, you step into that hospital, you step into that space, and you then apply. And as you apply, you find your own way, your own rhythm, and you make it your own style. And that's what they're asking us to do. We went into the University of Spirit of Source, where they showed us the areas in which we would delight in as source, and how to release what would take away the source frequency, and what would allow us to truly understand and embody. And now it's time for us to apply it practically in the physical. And they've given us starting points, these spaces in the cocooning where you were feeling excited, feeling joyous, feeling the energy of source. And like, yes, start there, go in those spaces which we showed you, in those places. But just make it your own now, and it'll grow, and you have so much more. They're saying we were just there for about 3 or 4 years to teach you and guide you. You have the rest of your life. You have so much more. Imagine look at all the things that woke up these 3 and 4 years. Look at the experiences. Look at the things, the ways, the experiences, the manifestations that woke up in these few years. Imagine what's going to wake up for you. There's so much more. And so below, it's an ending. You can feel it's a whole new way. It's a whole new reset. It's a whole new start. It's a whole new connection to Source, and how you feel as Source, and how you connect with Source, and how you connect with others. And in the crowning, the tower, a whole new way, foundation reset. And we are feeling it truly. The way we connect, the way it was interesting for the way in which Velastri connected with everything worked when we were Velastri and we were in the spirit frequencies. Now as Kemet, not so much. We could feel, why are things sticky and why does it not feel? And they were like, well, when we were you, all the connections we made sense. Now that you are back to Kemet, our connections don't make much sense anymore, right? So we've been finding ourselves releasing all these frequencies which we had come accustomed to in the cocoon. And as we're releasing, we're feeling lighter, even though we're feeling a bit guilty, like, are we meant to be releasing so much? I'm releasing so much. And yes, the 8 of Cups, you're now releasing all of the cups in the cocoon. All of those connections, the spiritual teams, the ways, all of those things, all of those procedures, you're releasing them from the cocoon. And you are now receiving new ways. And you're going to make new connections. And you're going to have new ways of connecting. And should some of those energies connect again, it'll be in a new way, in a way that honors you now as physical source, not a way which honored you as the embodiment of spirit, or the way in which they honored the agreement when you were being taught by spirit, right? Like when a teacher is showing you through their perspective how they would do a job, and now when you are there, you realize, I understand why they would do it that way, but it doesn't really, I prefer doing it this way. The same outcome, exactly the same outcome, but I don't think I want to do step B. I'd rather do rewrite step B and do this instead. For me, that's more fluid. It might not work for the teacher, but it works for me. So you're finding your way of connecting in these spaces which you enjoyed when you were in the cocoon. And they are your places. Spirit and the guides are very clear. They're saying the way in which they were teaching the releasing of the conditioning, of the restriction, was they were guiding you to source through truth. So the tarot, for example, for us, the tarot, the channeling, the Mala universe, and all the things that we discovered through the cocoon period, they were not Velastri's truth, but our truth, but still being taught through Velastri's frequency. And now we are reclaiming those truths through our own frequency. Yes. So it brings an ending of the cocoon completely. And it's a whole reset. It's a foundation reset. It's a foundation resetting of how you are thinking, how you operate, how you connect, your understanding with source, your vibe. And each of you will have a different experiencing of this at this time. Because remember, Sagittarius season, the wholeness of you, you are learning how you are the alchemist, how you operate fully within source, within your magic, within your truth, in this space. But now you're claiming it as your own. not through the guidance of teachers, but through your own eyes, your own connections, your own experiencing, your own rhythm, your own pattern. How does Kemet now communicate with the tarot? We still receive messages. I mean, before Velastri came, we were still, many of you might remember, we had Lasala, universe, and we did tarot. We could still read tarot. So that's never going to be lost. We just learned a deeper way of connecting to tarot through source. And that connection is still there. We're just relearning it through physical source, through the source within you, no longer a guide, external source. Velastri was external source. They were a spirit frequency, a beautiful light bright. Our energies are kindred, similar, divine feminine, divine masculine, for we both awaken, we both activate, we both anchor, very twin-like energies. So we could do that exchange without splintering our frequencies. Very interesting relationship we have with them. And you all had very unique ways, and each of you had very specific ways in which you could learn the truths of your ways in the physical. And you're just asked now to release the almost chronic attachment to needing external guidance all the time from your spiritual teams and to rather allow yourself to trust where you feel, trust your truth, trust how source expresses itself through you, trust how you communicate with others, trust how you connect with things, trust what you feel. If you feel like doing something, do it. Don't check, should I do it today? Is it a good vibe? Just do it. If it feels good, just do it. And trust that when you do it, it'll feel good. And trust if you are going down that path, if it doesn't feel good, you release it. We went to gym this morning, and when we got there, we were like, no, and we left. We just feel, well, no, actually, no, we don't, no, not now. And we left. And it's okay, because now we're like, okay. Usually, as Velastri, it would have been, should we go? No. So now we ask, should we go? Nothing. Okay. How does it feel? Okay, we feel like we should maybe stay, but we haven't really gone, so maybe we should just go. And realize, actually, that feeling of stay was, we're learning now how to just trust that intuitive, instinctual yes and no. Because that instinctual yes and no is part of the physical realm. And you've healed it to source. Your instincts, that gut feeling is now centered to source. So let that be your guide. Because that's how we actually operate, that instinct, that gut instinct, right? That is that physical exploration which we used to enjoy, but in the illusion it was distorted. The instincts were not of source, they were of conditioned. So now you've healed your instinct, you've healed that gut feeling, that gut knowing to source. And they're saying trust it. That's part of your navigation. That's part of how you navigate the physical. Trust it again. Trust you again. And do what feels right, not what you think you have to do. That is the biggest teaching in the Cocoon. And release the past. Release the past. And allow yourself a whole new experiencing of everything. Should something from your past life in the illusion be destined, it will awaken in your experience with ease. It won't be you having to try and bring it alive again. Don't be tempted to, okay, well, maybe I can try and bring that. No, try already. Disaster. If it's meant to come through, it'll come through in a way which honors you with ease. Interesting times, interesting shifts, and you will always have guidance. Okay, we can feel that the guidance comes through fluidly, like the breeze or the sun on your skin, or hearing a bird sing, or seeing a butterfly as a sign. The guidance from external comes through organically. It is you not needing to know A, B, and C every single thing, but rather, oh, by the way, step there, or oh, that's cool. It just comes through. So it's not lost. Just as these videos on YouTube or whatever other spiritual or teachers or whatever other references you sometimes use to see what's happening around, right? You'll feel guided. As we know right now as Kemet, the information coming now on Demella Universe will be a bit different. It'll still be collective. We're still channeling through the collective. So we're still a conduit, we're still a vessel. So source and all of the teachers and the external frequencies will still channel through us to bring through information which is valid for you. Should you still need information from the spirit realm, you receive it. From the angels, you receive it. From anybody, you will still receive all of it, right? But we can also feel that we are going to bring a lot of information now to assist, to get used to embodying the physical, and a lot more physical information, physical realm information, right? A lot of the tarot we received in the past years was all about downloads and this and stars. It was very in the ethereal energies, because you are still those star seeds, and you are still this ancient being, not of earth. You've just you have reclaimed the physical aspect to source, so it's new. So it's the first time that the physical and this human experience is directly connected to source. So we're really encouraged to allow it to be new. The mastery of your beautiful existence is there, and it will flow through you each and every single time, as source, through source, to source, from source. And as you allow yourself happiness, well-being, and love, those energies that care for you and tend to you, allowing yourself to speak your truth and stand in your power, you then allow the channel of your source frequency to emerge, and you get to now learn and discover and experience your source energy, your God force creator energy work through you, as you in the physical, and you're discovering it. And you're discovering new ways of engaging in the physical, and you're awakening source in the physical, and you are co-creating with others as source in the physical, and it's a whole new world we're stepping into, right? And it's very new. It's also new for all of the guides and everyone out there. And they're saying, we see, you have got this. You did the hard work. The hard work was taking physical, taking source, putting them together. You've done that. Now, trust your source frequency as it shines like the sun, shines through into this physical reality and know that you humans, they say we have been conditioned to think that there are these beings who are granting it for us, making it for us, making these blessings, making the like. You have always been the creator. We simply guided you to ways in which you can allow your creative power to come through. And when we showed you how to be, or the space to be, and your power came through, you were under the impression it was us doing it. But no, we were simply saying, oh, if you step over here and take that crystal and ooh, look at that. But we were guiding you as to how you are, how to, it's like a flow, a river, and your river was broken because you were trying to direct the flow. So your guides were showing you your flow. And as you followed your flow with the guidance of your guides, your power emerged and the healing or the abundance or the manifestation occurred. And you misplaced the power, the creator power, thinking we created it. No, we were guiding you. So gratitude, thank you. The gratitude you gave us allowed us to guide you more, to guide you and teach you more your way of being. It opened up the doors for us to be more present, to guide and to intervene and to assist you to understand your flow. Now that you're in your flow, you're just there, you're always in your flow. And we made sure that you were crystallized in your flow. Your spiritual team is saying, and your guides, we made sure you were in the flow. And we can also feel that when we were doing when we do the readings, when we do our channelings and our one-on-one sessions, when we do the energies, it's very pinpoint. And it's to allow you to just be crystallized in your truth. We don't direct you afterwards. We always say, now in the days and weeks to follow, discover. It's your journey. We are just allowing you this is where you are, boom. Now be there, stay there, and anything that takes you away from that space, release that, but you stay. Don't do the human thing of keeping that thing that takes you away and you stepping out of your power. No, you stay there and release everything else, right? So the guidance in the cocoon crystallized us. And so they're saying there's such a large area, a gray area for you to explore. Don't worry about mistakes. Don't worry about getting it wrong. You will know if it feels off. You will know if it feels like you'll feel off, and you can feel it whenever an energy is really off. Sometimes you feel even sick. It's like you will know when it's not a thing. So you don't have to worry about messing it up. You are now, you know your flow. And so we want you to be aware that you have always been the creator in those spaces. And for you now to claim it in order for you to really call your abundance in, instead of waiting for Source to manifest it. Because you are Source, but you're almost waiting for an external source to manifest it for you. And we're like, honey, we can't manifest it for you. We were guiding you along your path, and as you were going along your path, these manifestations popped up, but that was your energy. So keep going, and you're going to see how your manifestations keep coming through. Do what feels good. Raise your frequency. Allow yourself to be happy. Do what feels happy to you every day. You will feel what doesn't feel good. You'll feel, this is distorting my energy, and just let it go. And do more what allows your energy to feel free, to feel good, to feel fluid, to feel whole, to feel happy. Don't be so hard on yourself. We're not judging you. We don't care what you do. In the most loving way, we don't care what you do. This is your creative reality. You just really wanted your abundance and your love. And we were like, if you really wanted to that deep, if you want to be that deep in your love and abundance and everything good in the world, then you need to be that deep within your source frequency. And we showed you and we assisted you to claim and own that space. And now we're saying, fantastic, now breathe and be. And don't wait for an external being to make it happen for you. No, we were never meant to do that for you. We will never take credit for your power. You are the creator of that realm, in that realm of what you want. What you want exists because of you. So be in that space. Invest in you. Do what thrills you. Do what makes you happy. Enjoy. Release the noise. Release the distractions. Release what's not going right. That is not your thing. You came there in the world that's messy. You went there. You arrived there in that world that's messy in order for you to heal it to divine chaos. It's still an explosion of color and different experiences, except that explosion is being created through wanted happiness, through joys, through freedom, liberation, not restriction and anger and control, but peace, love, freedom, happiness, well-being. You are creating a divine noise. You are creating a divine cacophony, a divine variation of limitless bursts of color and creation, a divine one. And just be in that frequency, be in that divine energy, and allow yourself the empowerment and the understanding and the truth and the honor of the source creating energy you are. Claim it. Stop giving it to the external frequencies. Your spirit and your guides are saying, stop giving it to us. We don't want that credit. We simply guided you to how you manifest and create. And we are still there to assist you. And we'll still bring many people and guides to assist you. However, it's you. It's you doing it. So just take it and claim it. Don't postpone. Many of you are waiting for us to manifest for you. And you're getting irritated and we're saying, divine timing has been divine. And it has been timing. You just need to understand. Trust. Step into it. Boom. That experience is abundant. More abundant than it ever has been. And you don't have to effort it. You don't have to effort it. You just step in that space and you call it in. You summon it through your source. You will it. And the abundance, the resources, the supplies will come through. Are coming through. The Wheel of Fortune is ready. It's ready to churn out you. Ready to manifest you. The mirror frequency is ready to mirror you. They're saying, we just need you to claim yourself. To claim it now and for you to go. Go. Go and do and experience and explore. And trust. Don't shy away from your light now. Now that you don't have the very visceral cheerleading us behind you, we're still cheering you on, but we're not influencing you so much. It is time for you just to claim it, and we look forward with bated breath at you experiencing your power and you having an understanding of how powerful you are, because yes, with us guiding you, your manifestations and your creations came to life, but goodness, it was still pale in comparison to what you manifest when you willingly do it on your own as thoughts? 10 times more than what we've ever been able to guide you to create. Very interesting, very powerful, and very fascinating. Blessed be.